You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
I looked down while I was walking. I just saw it. To find something really, really cool that's 475 million plus years old.
An extremely rare find by an 11-year-old girl. Will tell you what it was.
Plus, happening right now, a volcano erupting in Hawaii, forcing thousands to evacuate this morning. We have those stories, plus your first alert forecast, including your first look at the weekend. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
Hello, early risers. It is 6 o'clock Friday morning. I'm Ray Collins.
And I am Stephanie. Welcome to Good Morning Suncoast on this Friday, May the 4th. Be with you, Ray. Head over to John Scalzi right now. Let's take a look at the first look at your weekend forecast.
I am so tickled at how much pleasure you get out of saying that. Yeah. It is just delightful. So we have some scattered cloud cover is what he's trying to say out in Gulf waters. No big deal. Nothing that's going to produce any rainfall. We're pretty much going to be dry again for the next probably 25 hours, 28 hours, something like that. And then we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms start to work their way into the forecast because of that area of disturbed weather out in the Atlantic. Now, it's not a tropical system. It's an upper level system. It's a cold core system, but it is headed this way, and it's going to bring a plume of moisture our way. In fact, here's another way to look at it. This is dry air indicated here by this tan colorization on our satellite views of mid and upper level atmosphere. You can see how it's beginning to get chipped away, eroded away by this approaching area of low pressure. That is the key to the weekend forecast. Titan radar not showing a drop of rain around now. Boy, is that going to change over the next 24 hours. Day planner shows another warm day in store for us with daytime highs up near 90. We'll talk about that weekend forecast coming up in a few. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking the roads. A little build up now on State Road 70 around US 41 and over toward 301. Otherwise, pretty clear there. Checking farther south now into the northern half of Sarasota County. Look at Bee Ridge Road. That's developed in the past half hour. Plenty of traffic there, both westbound and eastbound, out by I-75. And then farther south, we'll check the final maps down toward our friends in South County. Nothing major to speak of at 6:02 on this Friday morning.
And we begin this hour with a preview of a pretty cool event tonight in Sarasota. It's the annual Buddy Up Tennis for Down Syndrome fundraiser.
Yeah, area tennis pros will give of their time, including the legendary Nick Bollettieri himself will be there. Allison Davis, a young lady locally, began the local chapter in honor of her sister, Sarah. Marla Spence is live now at Bath & Racket with details of tonight's event. Marla?
Good morning, guys. Yes, an awesome event is expected to take place right here on these tennis courts here at the Bath and Racket Athletic Club. Happening right now, preparations are underway for this year's Tennis with the Stars. And like you guys said, this event was spearheaded by Allison Davis, who happens to be a triplet. Her sister Sarah has Down syndrome, and today's event is all a part of the organization Buddy Up Tennis. It's based out of Ohio, but Allison, who's only in her early 20s, brought the chapter down to the Suncoast, and it's been here since 2015. She says the most important part of this organization and today's event is the fitness aspect of tennis for those who live with Down syndrome. I had the chance to speak with Sarah and Allison, and Sarah tells me why tennis is so essential to her and others with Down syndrome.
I feel like it's much better for me to run up to the net to get it over the net, because it's much easier for you to feel like you're getting fit.
Right. So a lot of individuals with Down syndrome do have a slower metabolism. There is challenges with coordination and balance.
And so many tennis pros will be out here starting at 6 o'clock tonight, and people from around the public and around the Sarasota area are welcome to come out here. If they haven't registered, they can do so on site, and if they don't want to play, they can also become a spectator and watch what's all going to be happening right here at these tennis courts. And like I said, it's all expected to start at 6 tonight at the Bath and Racket Athletic Club. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. Well, 10,000 people have now been ordered to evacuate as Hawaii's Kilauea volcano has erupted, shooting lava over 150 feet into the air. Mandatory evacuations are now underway for several communities on Hawaii's Big Island. The eruption started late yesterday afternoon. Now, new ground cracks, they've released gas now into the streets. Those have been reported, along with hot vapor and blue smoke. Now, the governor of Hawaii has now activated the National Guard to step in and help. Fire officials have also reported high levels of sulfur dioxide in the air, which is dangerous for people to breathe. Kilauea is one of the world's most active volcanoes. It's located in the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park.
Back in this area, a massive revitalization project is underway along Seaboard Avenue in Venice. Now, the city says that no businesses will be forced to relocate, but many owners aren't convinced. The city says they are working to create a tax incentive to help businesses either move or remodel their buildings to change their appearances.
There's tremendous potential in this area for make a lot more out of it and give all the residents of Venice and surrounding areas an opportunity to come here and really enjoy more of it.
The city is now looking to the Economic Advisory Board to find ways to implement the tax incentive.
And here's something pretty cool to also check out this weekend. It is a 45-year tradition. It's the 2018 Amateur Sand Sculpture Contest. It's taking place tomorrow on Siesta Beach. Now, you can go as a spectator and just check it all out, or you can even get in on the contest and create something yourself. The sign-up starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning. The judging begins around 1 o'clock. The best part, the whole thing is free. Well, a walk along a lake has led to a 475 million-year-old find by an 11-year-old girl in Tennessee. A fossil dating all the way back to the Paleozoic era was discovered by 11-year-old Riley Taylor. She was just walking along the banks of Douglas Lake in Tennessee.
I can show kids that are my age that they don't have to sit inside and play on their games. They can actually go outside.
And to find something like that could spark this youngster into a whole career. Maybe she'll become a great paleontologist someday.
Wow. Now, Colin Summerall, he's an associate professor of paleobiology at the University of Tennessee. He says that Riley found something that's called a trilobite, which is an extinct marine arthropod that lived in water around East Tennessee about 1 million or so years ago plus. Now, Riley hopes that other kids will be inspired and get out, enjoy the nature, and maybe see what they can find as well. Isn't that cool?
That's around the same time John Scalzi got his first barometer.
Oh, that is painful.
6:07 right now. Moving right ahead. The latest first alert traffic, and the calendar says May 4th. A big day for Stephanie and other Star Wars fans.
That is right. I feel like I need a little bit more enthusiasm in your voice. Now, May the 4th be with you. When we come back, a game of Star Wars movie plot or weird Florida headline is straight ahead. You don't want to miss this one. But first, May the 4th is turning out to be a pretty beautiful day. That's a gorgeous shot right there from the Rosemary District. What do we got on tap for the weekend there, John? A little rain, maybe?
I tried so hard to come up with some sort of Star Wars weather graphic, but I couldn't think of a thing. Hey, the pollen count's good, 6.1. Tomorrow, even better at 5.3. Probably because we'll have a little bit of showery activity coming our way. Again, grass is in the forecast for the pollen. I'll give a 4 out of 4, though, for beach balls in terms of our beach walk forecast for tonight. It's going to be nice, I think. No rain in the forecast. A breezy wind out of the east-northeast should be good. And all of our reporting stations showing red tide absent from the waters of our Suncoast beaches. So that's good news. But check this out. This is the rainfall forecast that comes up over the next 48 hours. And we are looking at some fairly decent totals across parts of Florida. We'll talk about that in a sec.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
on CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score. It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach. Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at CreditSesame.com.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app. Now, your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So let's take a closer look at this graphic that I showed you just a few minutes ago, and you can see some rainfall accumulations over totaled over the next 48 hours that show some fairly significant accumulations compared to what we have seen last week. I mean, in this area right here, this one little location, we're getting over 1.5 inches to perhaps 2.5 inches of rainfall. Now, this is a 48-hour prognostication, so don't expect that to be totally accurate. Somewhere across the west coast of Florida, I think we will see rainfall totals that will exceed 1 inch of rainfall. Maybe in our area, maybe a little further to the south, but the good news is at least that possibility is there. So we're looking at a 7 a.m. temperature of 69 degrees, 65 degrees by 12 noon. By 3 p.m., get close to the 90 mark just as we did yesterday, and 83 degrees as we head into sunset time. Not a drop of rain around in any of those time periods throughout the day today. It's a dry day, and the reason is we've got some drier air aloft still over the state of Florida that's going to preclude any rain showers developing. 65 dew point temperature at the surface means our dew point temperatures are rising, though. It's feeling a little more humid today than it did 24 hours ago at this time, but tomorrow I think that dew point value will be even higher. So it's going to feel a lot stickier tomorrow. Those dew point values are going to rise rapidly as you wake up tomorrow morning and go into tomorrow afternoon. 67, as I mentioned, the current air temperature. There's the reason for our weekend rain chance, a cluster of clouds that looks kind of ominous actually on our satellite view. And you might look at that and go, do we have a tropical system developing here? No, we do not. This is an upper level low, and there was some thought that perhaps it might develop, but the chance of that is very, 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 very low. And even if it did, it wouldn't be much to speak of. It's a rainmaker, and it's headed our way, giving us that much needed chance of some showers. Unfortunately, it's going to be over the weekend, but you know, I guess we could use the rain, so we'll be grateful for it whenever we can get it, right? High pressure, the dominant weather feature, trough of low pressure and frontal boundary located back to the west, again producing a threat of severe weather, but not as great a threat today as it was yesterday for parts of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. Not for us. In fact, we have no chance of seeing any kind of severe weather, even though we do have this trough of low pressure advancing toward our state. We will get the rain shower chance. The worst we might see is some thunderstorm activity. And I say the worst because with the thunderstorms comes the lightning, and with the lightning comes the threat of wildfire at this time of year. So we hope we don't get the thunderstorms, we only get the showers. Perhaps that will work out. As this low advances and this trough sinks southward, the two meet in the middle over the state of Florida. and that wrings out the rainfall and gives us the chance of showers. Sunny and warm today, better rain chances this weekend, and then cooler and more humid starting tomorrow. Cooler not because of colder air, but because of the cloud cover and the rain showers. Now, one reason we were looking at this thinking, oh, well, man, we're going to see some development of this storm is because of the water temperatures, which across the Caribbean are pretty warm right now, running around 2-3 degrees above where they normally would be at this time of year, coming in around 82, even some 84-degree temperatures out there. But the problem is the upper level winds. For development of this system to occur, it would need some very quiet, very stable upper level winds. And we're not seeing that. The system located right about here is in a very highly sheared environment. It means winds coming at different directions, just ripping thunderstorms apart as they try to grow into the atmosphere. Now, over time, as it gets closer to the Bahama Island chain, this red area indicates lower wind shear, and it might have a brief period of time to develop, but not enough. As it moves closer to that frontal boundary, the winds will pick up again and just tear the thunderstorm chances apart for any kind of organization. So that's the good news. We'll look for a northwest wind at 10 to 15, and the forecast for us calls for 89 degrees today, 84 tomorrow with that 50% rain chance. Same thing on Sunday, pretty much, and then clearing out as the front moves through and turning dry for the work week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. We do have one thing to tell you about in Manatee County. Right there, State Road 15 at State Road 70 and 15th Street. There's a lane blocked right there at 301. So just a heads up if you're heading in that area in Manatee County, right around State Road 70, 15th Street. The lane is blocked right there at 301 in Manatee County. Moving on to Sarasota County. Not too much going on in there. Most of those, we're starting to see a little bit of pickup right around University Parkway, Fruitville, and Bee Ridge, which we normally see around this time in the morning. Nothing major to tell you about there. If you're going to be heading south a little bit later on today, maybe in the next hour or so, your commute to Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda is looking pretty good. It is 6:17, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, today is May the 4th. For us Star Wars fans, it is a special day because May the 4th be with you. In honor of this, you are about to see my favorite interview of all time. My friend Gray Drake, who I love very much, she is from RottenTomatoes.com, the critics' website, played a game with a cast from The Force Awakens called Star Wars Plot or Weird Florida Headline. So here it is. Enjoy.
I was thinking about Star Wars as a concept. What I came up with is that Star Wars is a land that's filled with incredible things that blow my mind, also similar to Florida. And so, I actually have a game I wonder if you would be interested in playing called Star Wars or Florida.
Oh my gosh, I don't really know Florida.
Oh, you will by the end of this game.
All right, my home state.
New Age guru successfully leads cult with one member.
Oh, Florida, isn't it?
Florida? Florida.
Florida.
It sounds like Florida.
That's definitely Florida.
I think a Star Wars thing.
You got it! You nailed it! You're the only one that got this one right.
Yoda's not a guru.
Okay, let's not mince words. Older man on respirator injures son during fight over family business.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Older man on respirator injures son during fight over family business.
Ah, that's Star Wars.
That does happen in Star Wars.
Was that in a Star Wars film? Or in Florida, Harrison Ford?
Oh, well, that is Star Wars.
No, that's Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Darth Vader.
Correct.
The old man on the respirator.
Retiree cuts off foe's arm during bar fight.
That's Star Wars.
I would say Florida.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Okay, that's Star Wars.
Florida.
Star Wars.
It is.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Darth Vader robs Imperial outpost.
It sounds like it should be obviously Star Wars, and for that reason, I think, is it a Florida newspaper headline?
Florida.
That is Florida. Oh my God, that's Florida, isn't it?
Star Wars. Sounds like Florida. Florida.
It is! That happened in Jacksonville.
Well, where else?
All right, now I have saved one more question to continue the quiz with Ray, who has never seen a single Star Wars movie. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Pantsless female ends up in trash compactor. Star Wars plot or Florida headline?
I think I covered that story. That's Florida.
It's actually both, my friend.
Oh, come on.
Very first Star Wars, Princess Leia in the trash compactor. I had the play kit as a child, so.
I think I have to watch that movie now.
You're gonna need to watch all of them. I will literally pay you to watch the Star Wars movie. All right, thanks for playing along.
Strike a deal. That was fun. Thank you. 6:20 is still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A family wants some answers this morning. This is a strange story. Their son was hypnotized at his high school prom. Then he ended up in the hospital. We'll tell you exactly what happened. Plus, Marla?
Hi guys, I'm live at the Bath and Racket Athletic Club, and this is where an amazing event will be happening today. Tennis with the Stars supporting those with Down syndrome will be happening later on tonight. We're going to be giving you more details of that event coming up at 6:30.
All right, should be a pretty nice day here in Sarasota, 89 for a high. New York City, pretty shot there. They'll see a high of 83. Right now it is 70. Mostly clear.
It is. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast on May the 4th, right here on ABC 7.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me. Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Well, credit card fees, they pop up everywhere and they can add some serious dollars to your monthly bill. But did you know that you can get those fees waived and even increase your credit limit in the process? Well, it's true. Creditcards.com surveyed more than 1,500 adults and found that you have a pretty good chance of getting what you want from your credit card issuer. All you have to do is ask.
People's chances of success are much higher than they actually think that they are. And for example, we found that about 85% of people who asked for a higher credit limit or to have a late payment fee waived got their request granted. It helps to go in with a bit of a plan, and that's especially true if you're talking about getting your interest rate reduced. And the best way to go and negotiate a lower APR is to come armed with ammunition in the form of other offers that you might have seen at creditcards.com or in your snail mail.
Now, some of the top tips are: first, to be prepared, do your own research, negotiate first. Now, just call. It might actually be a little easier than you might think.
Seafood lovers may want to avoid raw oysters from British Columbia, Canada. About 100 people in California got sick after eating them. It's possible other states received the oysters as well. Lab testing has confirmed some of those who fell ill now have the norovirus. Health officials say if you eat shellfish, you should always cook them until the internal temperature reaches at least 145 degrees.
Well, a Nebraska family is looking for answers this morning after their son was hypnotized at his prom, then ended up in the hospital.
Sounds worse than my prom.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
ABC's Lindsay Davis tells us why this happened and how the boy is doing.
In this morning's GMA First Look, take a look at this post-prom video, an event at Bellevue, Nebraska High School that was supposed to ensure students stayed safe. But watch as 17-year-old Jalen Cox falls to the ground, prompting gasps in the audience.
We always thought it was like a parlor trick.
His parents fear he hit his head. His mom describes alarming behavior when his prom date brought him back home.
Going in and out of consciousness.
They immediately took him to the hospital. Jalen's mom says her son volunteered for the hypnosis, but Jalen says he has no memory of what happened. And while the Bellevue Public School District says the event was hosted by the school, they say it was put on by volunteer parents. But Jalen's parents want to know why their son was allowed to be hypnotized without their consent. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll take a look at the possible dangers of hypnosis on children. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
People everywhere are confusing quilted northern for robes. They're both cushiony, comforting, and add elegance to your home. But quilted northern is not a robe. It's just really nice toilet paper.
What is love? Love is what inspires me. Love is being awakened by a kiss. Love is finding calm in your partner's arms. Love is intimate. Love is everlasting. Love is a diamond. If there's one thing I know, it's couples in love. From the runway to the wedding aisle, to the most romantic day of their lives, I'm there. Each piece of my jewelry collection is designed with lovers in mind. The Vera Wang Love Collection at Zales, the diamond store.
If your skin had a wash tag, what would it say?
80% glowing.
50% fractal. No matter your skin type, all skin deserves gentleness. That's why Dove is sulfate-free. The #1 body wash recommended by dermatologists.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
This morning, Sarasota Sheriff's deputies are still on the hunt for a bank robber.
An event today and tomorrow in preparation for hurricane season. It has something for everybody, including for pet owners. We'll tell you where and when. Marla?
I'm live at the Bath and Racket Athletic Club, and this is where tennis players of all ages will be here supporting those with Down syndrome right here on the Suncoast. I'll have a live interview with Michael Brandon on today's event, Tennis with the Stars. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Fun night, 6:31. Good morning, it's Friday, and I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. It is Friday, May the 4th.
There she goes.
Be with you. I can just one day, folks, just one day. All right, John Scalzi, little rain creeping in over the weekend?
Yes. Over the weekend, I think we'll probably have some rainfall. But for today, a lot of sunshine around. The sunshine looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day, I think. A little bit on the warmer side to start off the day, but nothing in the way of any kind of major cloud cover coming across the area today. But tomorrow, that major cloud cover will be approaching. Now, as far as our forecast, well, radar not showing much of anything, but as I mentioned, satellite view is showing that cluster of clouds that advances with a deep plume of tropical moisture that will spike our humidity tomorrow and bring us a good, decent chance of some rain showers, much needed rain showers. No rain today, though, dry as a bone, and the day planner shows daytime highs again coming out warm around the 90-degree mark. We'll have the forecast for you coming up in a few.
Talk to you soon. Thank you, John. We do have an issue to report at State Road 70, 15th Street, a lane blocked at 301, so be aware of that if you're heading that direction this morning. Otherwise, not too bad so far today. Friday's commutes are usually a little bit lighter. Checking the upper half now of Sarasota County, University eastbound at Tuttle, Fruitville, westbound at Beneva, and then Bee Ridge. Some issues as you head westbound from the interstate toward Cattleman and Honore. Let's check our final map to the south now. We'll see nothing much to speak of at 6:33 on your Friday morning.
Well, 3 years ago, a local college student named Allison Davis began a nonprofit for her sister who has Down syndrome.
And tonight, dozens of parents, supporters, and area tennis pros will come together for the 3rd annual Buddy Up Tennis for Down Syndrome fundraiser. Marla Spence is live now from Bath and Racket with a preview of the fundraiser. Marla?
Yeah, good morning, guys. A heartfelt story this one is this morning. So many people from around the community and even tennis pros and people who just love the game of tennis will be out here supporting those with Down syndrome. Joining me now is Michael Brandon to talk about today's event, Tennis with the Stars. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm doing awesome with this huge tennis racket this morning. So Tennis with the Stars will be happening today. A very amazing and fun-filled event will be happening right here on these tennis courts. What is it all about, and why do you guys do this each and every year?
Yeah, so this is our 2nd year, and we're so excited to have Buddy Up here again. I myself have been a coach with Buddy Up Tennis and been up to Ohio where their headquarters is. It's a great event to see kids smiling, laughing, getting some great exercise. The kids with Down syndrome are just huge smiles on their faces every single day, and we're so excited to have them back here again.
Awesome. I know you are. So talk about if somebody wants to come out here and participate, they haven't signed up, how exactly can they do that?
Sure. So you can go online at buddyuptennis.com/tennis-with-the-stars, or you can also come into the registration desk and just sign up, and we'll give you a goodie bag and grab your racket, and you're good to go.
All right, one more last one, and make this a quick one too. Sure. The Tennis Stars, who are they?
So we have Nick Bollettieri today, legendary coach from IMG Academies, and he's going to be here to help us out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And also here, our very own Ray Collins. You're going to be out here today. I know this is going to be a very exciting day for you, Ray. So kudos to you. This event will be starting at 6 o'clock tonight. And like Michael said, if you want to come on over and register, you can when that event starts at 6 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Yeah, it should be a fun night. Lots of smiles all around at the club tonight.
All right, good stuff right there. All right, switching gears, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies are looking for a bank robber this morning. Deputies first responded to the Wells Fargo branch on Bee Ridge Road around 10:30 yesterday morning. Bank employees say the robber passed a note to a teller demanding cash. He then ran off towards Doctor's Hospital. Now, witnesses say he's white. He's about 5'8". You can see him right here with brown hair and a tattoo of a teardrop under his left eye. He was last seen wearing an olive green T-shirt and a long sleeve black shirt underneath. He is still on the lookout. If you know anything, you're asked to contact the police.
Happening today, meetings about the historic meeting or summit between President Trump and South Korea's Kim Jong-un. Reporter John Lawrence tells us what issues may be addressed today.
Getting prisoners to return to U.S. soil is a high priority for the Trump administration.
A week into the president's term in office, he turned to our previous Secretary of State and said, bring home Americans who are being held overseas.
And it seems that 3 U.S. detainees in North Korea could be released soon.
This is a great step. Every time we bring an American home, that is a great accomplishment.
The White House couldn't confirm a timeline for their possible release, but earlier this week, President Trump tweeted, "Stay tuned."
We think that that would be an incredible sign of goodwill and certainly a great statement for the North Koreans to make ahead of the summit and the discussions.
The expectations for those talks between Mr. Trump and his North Korean counterpart, Kim Jong-un, are high.
And we are looking forward to what they have pledged, which is exactly that, denuclearization.
And North Korea has also committed to talks to formally end its war with South Korea.
It would certainly be a wonderful thing to have the war formally brought to an end. That's something that the president has said that he firmly supports. We would certainly support that as well.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, it looks like those red light cameras are here to stay, at least for a little while. It was a unanimous vote yesterday by the Florida Supreme Court. Local law enforcement can still use those red light cameras to catch traffic violators. Now, Melissa Wandel, she's a leading advocate for red light cameras and traffic safety. She says she is happy with this decision. Her husband, Mark, was killed back in 2003 when a car hit the car that he was a passenger in, all while his wife was 9 months pregnant.
To live this life knowing that my daughter never got to meet my husband and my husband never got to meet my daughter is my greatest tragedy.
It's not about giving tickets or abusing the system. It's about safety, and if we can save one life, it's worth it.
Now, the reason that red light cameras even got to the Supreme Court stems from a ticket that was given to a South Florida driver who had sued one city for giving too much authority to the red light camera vendors.
An update this morning now on a Venice road that's been shut down all week after a water main break there. Pine Brook Road is back open this morning. The pipe broke while contractors were doing routine work earlier this week. That boil water advisory for the area has since been lifted.
Well, we are just 27 days away from the start of hurricane season, and this weekend, one city on the Suncoast is holding an expo to help get you prepared. Speakers from the county, the Sheriff's Office, Red Cross, and the Suncoast Humane Society are all going to be on hand at this event in Venice. There's all kinds of tips and some extra ways to get prepared. Now, that event, of course, is free. It starts at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and it runs until 3 o'clock at the Venice Community Center. Well, next week is the biggest fundraiser of the year here on the Suncoast. Sportscaster Dick Vitale hopes to raise $3.5 million at the V Foundation's 13th annual gala.
Over the next week and a half, I'll be profiling some of the young cancer patients that Vitale has helped. This morning, we meet Kyle Peters, who didn't forget to give back. Watch this.
He was
a really big confidence booster for a lot of kids going through treatment.
18-year-old Kyle Peters of Sarasota is talking about his friend Dick Vitale. Kyle met the broadcasting legend shortly after doctors diagnosed Kyle with brain cancer in 2011.
He's always been there as emotional support, and he's just always been a really nice person to just be there when you need it.
Kyle and his family have gotten to know Vitale more each year, mostly through his star-studded gala. The 13th annual is Friday night, May 11th, at the Ritz-Carlton.
It was like we already knew each other. It was, you know, he would take Kyle aside and talk to him and listen to him. Same thing with us. I mean, he always said he was a phone call away if we ever needed, you know, just somebody to listen to.
Kyle's mother, Jennifer, says Vitale's warmth inspired Kyle to start his own fundraiser for Vitale at Riverview High School.
He donates all his money to the V Foundation. So yeah, definitely has inspired him and our family tremendously.
Kyle's family has been through a lot the past 7 years, but they say Dick Vitale's support has made it that much easier.
This gala is a really good way of just giving the kids the spotlight that they need during tough situations.
In Sarasota, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Great family. Kyle Peters, great kid as well. I've known them for 15 years.
Giving back, I like that.
Tonight, you'll meet a little boy who has endured 2 brain cancer surgeries, and his biggest wish, he said, is that no other kids will have to go through what he has gone through. And he said, I brought you into the edit bay.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday, too. Made me tear up, especially if you're a parent. This is a tough one to watch, but a good story.
Yeah, tonight at 6 o'clock right here on ABC 7.
All right, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert weather and traffic. But first,
as you fill up this weekend, we have a few locations where gas skimmers were found. We'll tell you where. First, peek outside our window. Should be a pretty nice day before the weather starts to take a bit of a turn this weekend. Details on that from John Scalzi.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, looking at that tower cam, it's clear. Your drive time forecast looks pretty good. No inclement weather box is checked, and as you head out the door, temperatures will be in the 70s when you come home in the mid-80s. Don't see any rain in today's forecast. We stay dry both time periods. But as we head into tomorrow, things will change. All Sarasota Airport hubs serving the Sarasota International Airport running on time, according to the FAA. We'll talk about those weekend rains in a second.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC 7 is seeking a digital sales manager with at least 3 years experience in digital revenue development. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at another nice day here on the Suncoast as we head into the 12 noon hour. We'll have about 85 degrees with a kind of a mix of sun and clouds, and then a little bit windier, I think, this afternoon as a frontal boundary is approaching, as a trough of low pressure are both approaching. We'll have probably gusts up to 10, 15 miles per hour later on this afternoon. So another breezy day. 3 p.m. temperature about 90, and then as we head into the sunset hour, about 83. Right now we're looking at a 67-degree temperature, dew point value at 65. Both the dew point and the temperature are higher this morning, and it does feel a little bit more humid out there as you start off the day. Starry skies, though, with a few fair weather clouds passing by, nothing that's going to produce any rainfall. This looks pretty ominous, doesn't it? Satellite view showing this cluster of clouds heading toward the state of Florida. But don't worry, the latest tropical cyclone formation probability is only showing about a 2 to 3% chance of any kind of development here. So we're not looking at any tropical system headed toward the state of Florida, but we are looking at a rainmaker. Hopefully, we could use the rainfall around, and I'm sorry it's coming over the weekend, but it will help to reduce our rainfall threat, I think. But first, it will maybe enhance the chance of rainfall because, or the chance of wildfire, because if it contains thunderstorms, those lightning strikes are a primary trigger of wildfire during this time of year when things are so dry, and especially since our drought indexes are high right now. They're high to very high, in fact, across the region. Easterly wind flow stays with us today. Tomorrow, the combination of this frontal boundary approaching and that trough of low pressure in the tropics kind of merging together will kind of chip away at that high pressure ridge. That will allow for these winds to relax a little bit. And as they relax, it'll allow for a more vigorous sea breeze to form. The combination of a sea breeze, the deeper tropical moisture lifting northward, that little trough of low pressure, the approaching frontal boundary, all those things coming together right over the state of Florida enhance our rainfall chances to about 50% tomorrow afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. It's not going to be an all-day rain out, but anytime after 2 o'clock you could have some waves of showers moving through. Not just one afternoon storm, but you could have several periods of showers through the later afternoon and into the evening tomorrow. Same thing on Sunday, I think. The trough moves through. We get the rain shower chance. Sunny and warm today, but better rain chances starting the weekend. The one, I think, really positive thing is that it'll be a little bit cooler. You won't have those temperatures near 90 or 91 like we had yesterday. They'll probably be in the mid-80s, maybe even some lower 80s because of the cloud cover that'll be around. The RPM computer model forecast shows those rain showers coming through with kind of a little bit of a spin in the atmosphere. Now remember, this is an upper level low. This is not a surface low pressure low, although we could briefly see one form as it merges with this frontal boundary. But it will produce some rain showers for us, and then this front, which is indicated here by this stream of cloud cover, sinks southward and clears the whole thing out. And we're left with a pretty nice work week, I think. Radar is quiet right now and will be throughout the day. Not seeing any rainfall chances. Northwest wind switches to the northeast, and as I said, will be rather breezy this afternoon. Boaters, a moderate chop today. Tomorrow, I think we'll see a little less wind, but a much better sea breeze chance. 89 today, 84 tomorrow because of the cloud cover, because of the rain showers. 50% chance of showers after 2 o'clock most likely. That lingers into Sunday. Probably Sunday night we start to clear everything out. Monday we're left with only a little residual cloud cover, and then the rest of the work week looks like it'll be warmer once again, and it's sunny, and probably a little teeny tiny bit lower in humidity. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Taking a look outside. First alert traffic. We do have one traffic note to tell you about that right around the area of State Road 70 and 301, right in this area. If we can pull that little... there we go. State Road 70, 15th Street. There's a lane blocked right there at 301. So make sure that you negotiate your way around that particular area this morning. As you can see, the bridges are already getting a little bit congested heading into Bradenton. So give yourself a couple extra minutes, as you should every morning. Heading into Sarasota County, those roads are looking pretty decent. We're starting to see our normal backups right at University Parkway, Fruitville, and Bee Ridge. Each one of those exits as you come off of 75, we're starting to see some slowdowns like we normally do around this time of the day. If your commute takes you into Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda anytime in the next hour or so, that commute is going to be a pretty easy one. No real congestion to tell you about right there. It is 6:49, and that is your first alert traffic. And this is a live look at New York City. The Empire State Building celebrating their anniversary earlier on this week. It was built back in the 1930s.
70 degrees already there, high of 83 in New York.
Finally seeing some nice warm weather out there like we do here finally.
Happening next week in this area, Sarasota County is hosting a flood zone workshop. It's open to anybody who wants to learn more about flood zones and maps and regulations. This always draws crowds. You'd be shocked. County officials will go over insurance requirements and why flood zones are always updated. The free workshop is Tuesday from 10 a.m. to noon at Selby Library in downtown Sarasota.
Well, before you fill up your gas tank for the weekend, look out for gas skimmers, especially if you're in Punta Gorda. Police there recently found some at the mobile gas station on the corner of 41 and Burnt Store Road in Punta Gorda. Now, one of the pumps at the gas station there had a skimmer, which has now since been removed. But stay on the lookout.
Still had your top 7 headlines before 7 o'clock.
That includes a look at your first alert weather, including the weekend forecast, plus the traffic. And we wrap up a look at Star Wars Day with the real-life technology that it's actually inspired. Ray? All right, we'll be right back.
Rugs as Art. You know the name. You know the building. But do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
It is 6:54, and here are your top 7 before 7.
First off, John's first alert weekend forecast.
Yeah, today looks pretty good. I think we're going to see temperatures that rise up near the 90-degree mark with little chance of rainfall again today, but it will be just a little bit more humid. Tomorrow, better rain chances, especially after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and much higher humidity this weekend, but cooler because of cloud cover. We'll clear it all out Monday. Back to you.
Number 2, checking first alert traffic. Nothing major to speak of. Here's the map in Manatee County. Just take it slowly. The roads are dry, and usually the Friday commute is a little bit lighter. Number 3 now, Marla Spence at the Bath and Racquet Club.
Tennis with the Stars will be happening right here at the Bath and Racquet Athletic Club, and it's an event supporting those with Down syndrome on the Suncoast. A tennis clinic, a doubles match, and also a silent auction will be happening to raise $10,000. That event starts at 6:30.
See you there. Number 4, the 2nd annual Venice Seafood and Music Festival kicks off this weekend. It's at Centennial Park, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow and Sunday. Admission is free.
Number 5, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Plenty ways to celebrate all over the Suncoast here locally. There's even an event, Ray, called Cinco de Drinko at the Beach Club in Siesta Key. Go get yourself a margarita.
Also tomorrow, number 6, off for the races, the 114th annual Kentucky Derby. It starts at 6:34 p.m. tomorrow evening.
And number 7, even if you've never seen Star Wars, Ray, it actually did inspire some real-life technology. There's even a lightsaber class. It's in Manhattan where they can dress in character and work out with the lightsabers. That one's kind of far-fetched, but get this, the Navy is actually using the blasters from the film, and they've actually inspired the hover bikes as seen in Return of the Jedi, these bikes that are part like hovercraft and bike.
Wow.
So there's some real-life good that comes out of Star Wars, y'all. May the 4th be with you, and Revenge of the 5th.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday on Good Morning Suncoast.